Oldest professional baseball franchise, and then having an open day tradition being so important. It's like a holiday in Cincinnati. I remember as a kid, half the school would be out of class to go on opening day.
You can feel the atmosphere, the guys talking about it, and it's a tradition that's lasted forever, and it's going to last forever, and it's just a special thing.
If it would have gotten any louder, the whole building would have broke down.
You really see how much baseball means to the city, how much Cincinnati loves the baseball team and gets behind them.
I knew there was going to be some noise, but not that much. I didn't figure it to be that loud and that long.
Let's talk about love. Is it anything and everything you offer? Or do you feel it on you? I know the feeling on you.
Maybe the night that my tears might let me know. All the stars are gold, sure. All the stars are gold, sure. All the stars are gold. Maybe the night that my tears might let me know. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer. All the stars are closer.
Baseball was played around the United States in the 1800s during the summertime. During this time, opening day was just the first game of the year. There was nothing else to it. The first ever official season in 1869 was no different. The game had importance because it was the first ever official game, but there were no festivities outside of that. The Red Stockings beat the Great Westerns 45-9 that game. Once more teams entered the league, they began to compete for attention from the fans. Opening day was a promotional that teams would use to draw these fans in. One team that always hosted opening day was the Reds. The Reds were the southernmost team at the time, and other teams were happy to travel to Cincinnati and play in warmer weather. The fans were thinking the same thing, starting to fill the stands in Cincinnati on opening day. Opposing teams were given a portion of the gate fee at the time. Because of this, other teams liked playing in Cincinnati on opening day. By the 1900s, the Queen City was known as the King of Opening Day. Festivities outside the game started to become a tradition with the club. In 1889, the first official opening day celebrations took place, featuring decorations around the ballpark and a concert by the Cincinnati Orchestra. 2 years later, in 1891, Cincinnati held the first ever opening day parade. The parade was just the two teams riding around the city in a horse-drawn wagon, followed by a military band. The parade was originally for advertising the game. The idea, and many other ideas that are now traditions, came from manager Frank Bancroft. Bancroft was the first person to treat opening day like a holiday, and because of this, games were selling out almost every year, and he was given the nickname, the Father of Opening Day. In 1902, once Bancroft stepped away, the parade was discontinued. This began the era of the Roosters groups. These were fans, small businesses, and social clubs that kept the parade tradition going. Waving flags, singing, and dancing, the groups rode through the city on decorated horse-drawn wagons called tally-hos. Once automobiles were popularized, red convertibles became a common ride in the parades. After having a few drinks and marching through the city, the groups would march around the stadium, then into their seats, continuing singing chants and songs. In the early 1900s, newspapers featured cartoons of students and employees making up lies to skip school or work to attend opening day. In 1907, a petition went around to officially make opening day a holiday in Cincinnati. It was not successful, but most businesses do close down, and attendance at places that stay open is very low. In 1920, Findlay Market joined the Roosters groups and would go all out every year, becoming the most popular of the group. The Roosters group soon faded away, and the parade became known as the Findlay Market Opening Day Parade. By this time, opening day was selling out every year in Cincinnati, and on April 14th, 1924, Reds opening day set an attendance record at Crosley Field, with over 35,000 people attending the game, when the stadium could only seat 20,600 at the time. In 1930, 12 rows of temporary wooden seating were added in the outfield for opening day, shortening the fence to fit more people in the stadium. These seats were 25 cents, which is about $5 today. This became another tradition lasting until 1959. In the 1940s, opening day in Cincinnati was starting to become a nationally known celebration, drawing in people from all over the country with the parade and its traditions. Because of this, in the late 40s, the Reds started to play a day earlier than the rest of the league. This tradition didn't last very long, but was a memorable time for fans. There were no big changes to the festivities for the next couple of years, but there were some memorable debuts for the Reds, like Frank Robinson's debut on opening day 1956, and Pete Rose's debut on opening day 1963. The Reds were forced to play their first game of the season on the road in 1966 because of rain canceling the games. This was the first time since 1888 the Reds didn't host opening day. This happened a couple of times through the rest of the century. In the middle of the 1970 season, the Reds moved into Riverfront Stadium. In 1971, Riverfront hosted its first ever opening day. The new stadium location changed the route of the parade to go right through the middle of downtown Cincinnati. The groups organizing the parade would also open the parade up to anyone who wanted to participate. The parade grew tremendously by almost 200 new groups that year. Festivities were even larger, and changes to the parade brought in a lot of people. And in just a few years, the parade was the most popular part of opening day, besides the game itself. A couple of years later, in 1974, the Braves came to Cincinnati and played arguably one of the best opening day games ever. It was Hall of Fame announcer Marty Brennaman's debut, and in the first inning of Brennaman's first game, Hank Aaron made history.
3-1 pitch. There's a drive into left field. That ball is going, and out of here. Henry Aaron has just tied Babe Ruth in the all-time home run parade. The crowd is up. As you would expect, a standing ovation. His teammates are there to greet him. A 3-run blast by Henry Aaron has tied the great Babe Ruth. The record they said that couldn't be reached has just been reached by Henry Aaron.
After the historic home run, the Braves went up 6-1. The Reds would fight back to send the game into extra innings. And in the 11th inning, Pete Rose would take home on a pass ball with bases loaded to win the game 7-6. Opening day went from easily selling out during the 1970s to watch the Big Red Machine, to not even selling out in the early 80s because of fans trying to show their anger with management. This only lasted a couple of years until they brought back Pete Rose to be a player manager. Later that year, Marge Schott bought the team. The Reds fan base has mixed feelings about her. but she was a very good entertainer. She got people in the seats, and that is especially true for opening day. Schott brought in celebrities, famous singers, but most people remember her bringing the Cincinnati Zoo into the parade. Veteran player Lenny Harris said, "There are a lot of good opening days, but it's hard to top those elephants in Cincinnati." Opening day was a little different for a 3-year stretch from 1994 to 1996. In 1994, because of a scheduling mistake, opening day was played on Easter. Schott decided to go on with the festivities, but as you can imagine, crowds were less than capacity that day. The next year, in 1995, the players were on strike. The MLB threatened to start the season as scheduled with replacement players, but they reached a last-second agreement, and the season was just delayed 23 days. However, Marge Schott had already invested too much into the original opening day, so the parade and festivities went on as originally scheduled. On actual opening day, there was no parade, but still a good crowd giving the day a unique feel. "1996 might have stayed in fans' heads a little more out of the 3 years, though. The parade and pregame activities went on as usual, and Sparky Anderson threw out the first pitch. Everything was going good until home plate umpire John McSherry collapsed behind the plate just a few pitches into the game. After multiple attempts to revive McSherry, he passed away from a heart attack. Opening day was pushed to the next day, and the umpire's dressing room at Great American Ballpark is now named after McSherry. The next couple of years were a lot better, and that's especially true for 2000, when Ken Griffey Jr. had his homecoming to Cincinnati on opening day.
Griffey said when he was with the Mariners, the first thing he did in the morning was check how the Reds had done. Well, he won't need a paper anymore. He's a member of the Reds now, like he wanted. And the Reds, they got everything they wanted. The unofficial best player in the game was exchanged for 2 players who weren't the best at their positions.
For the year 2000 Cincinnati Reds and Junior as he heads out to center field. Barry Larkin and Ken Griffey Jr. high-five each other at second base. And enjoy this moment, Reds fans. He has come home, the veteran major leaguer who signed with Seattle, made it to the major leagues in the late 1980s, finally had a chance to play with his dad with Seattle, back-to-back home runs 11 years ago, and finally about 8 years ago, he and his dad started to talk about the possibility of someday playing together, being in the same clubhouse together, and that has come to fruition in reality in this year 2000. No doubt that Harnish is the man that Jack McKeon counts on to set the tone for this pitching staff. There goes Burnett's high fly ball to center field. It's hit pretty good. Does Griffey have room? Edge of the warning track. He squeezes it. Well, here comes Junior and the Reds.
What a way to start the day.
Listen to the greeting number 30 gets. He is the only one that knows the full emotion of what this means to step into that batter's box. He's sitting on 398 home runs. Yep, Griffeyville. You know where that is, in right field, over the 375 sign. Junior grew up as a Red, playing in the clubhouse as his dad played for the Big Red Machine in the 70s.
In 2005, the Reds would complete a 7-6 comeback win against the Mets after trailing 3-6. Adam Dunn blasted 2 home runs, one of them to tie the game in the bottom of the 9th.
Heading to Kentucky. Dunn gets his first of 2005, and the Reds put a 3-spot on the board against Pedro. 3-1 Cincinnati. Wow! Hit pretty good. Does he do it again? That's going to be gone. What a start for big number 44. Angeles Twins are crossing home plate. We've got a brand new ball game, Chris. We're tied at 6.
That's the way a big man hits it. Well, they are jubilant in the Reds dugout. Second home run of the day for Adam.
Hit pretty good to left. Does he have enough? Guess what? It is a walk-off homer. Welcome Joe Randa to Cincinnati. And the Reds have struck in the bottom of the ninth for 3. What a way to start 2005. Look out at home.
The hero of the game was Joe Randa, hitting the first ever walk-off in Reds opening day history. But it wasn't the only one for very long.
But the Reds are down to their final out. A strikeout by Bruce with nobody out and the bases loaded is followed by the sac fly liner from Gomes. They don't have anybody else to play the infield.
Well, they could play Renteria out there.
Yeah. In the air down the right field line. Does it have a chance? The Reds have won on a 3-run home run on opening day by Ramon Hernandez. Oh, brother! 2010 revisited on opening day. Can you believe that? An opposite field 3-run home run, bottom of the ninth inning with 2 outs.
Hey, Reds country, I hope this message finds you at home, healthy and well with your family, as we all continue to follow the appropriate guidelines of staying safe at home.
The 2020 season was a lot different, with COVID shutting everything down. On the originally scheduled opening day, a rerun of the 2019 opening day was played. They finally held opening day on July 24th, hosting the Tigers with no fans in attendance. The whole season felt like a fever dream, but baseball was giving fans a little bit of normal life in 2020.
The Reds and Tigers will meet up 6 times in their first 10 games. And the 2020 season is underway for the Reds and Tigers.
And that was Nick Castellanos, who scored on the Mike Moustakas single, the 2-0 pitch. And Votto swings, hits one high in the air, deep to right. Back goes Maben. He turns, looks, it is gone. Joey Votto with his first home run of the season. The Reds lead it 4-1.
But don't you love it when you hear all the talk during the offseason? Well, Votto's got to do this, Votto's got to do that.
They get 3 hits and 4 RBIs from Moustakas. Castellanos was on base 3 times.
With that culture.
Opening day is still one of the most important days in Cincinnati and just gets bigger every year. In 2024, it was estimated that there were around 130,000 people in attendance for the parade. In 2025, there were over 43,000 people in attendance for the game. It doesn't matter if the Reds are good or bad, or if there is hope or no hope for the season. Opening day is always packed. The opening day festivities unofficially start around 8 a.m. at the Banks. The Banks is the most popular spot on opening day and will stay that way until late that night. There will be parties all through the city going on all day, but the 3 main spots are the Banks, Washington Park, and Fountain Square. The Banks has restaurants, live music, vendors, and is right outside the stadium. The party at the Banks, or the Reds Community Fun Block Party, is the largest and the longest, lasting all day. the Rally House Rally on the square at Fountain Square, and the home opening day party at Washington Park start at 10 and don't usually go as late. Both have live music, games, vendors, giveaways, and special appearances, but are geared more towards the parade and are further away from the stadium.
I'm running through these like tornado.
At 12 o'clock, people start to line up for the parade. When the parade is about to start, cops will come through and clear the streets. The parade starts at Findlay Market, goes down Race Street, and takes a left onto 5th Street. Most people bring chairs and get comfy because it lasts about 2 to 3 hours.
What's up?
What's up, buddy? How we doing? Good, man. How we doing with this? Good. First time being a part of the parade, so.
Some of the parade's more popular parts are the bands. The bat that the 1869 Red Stockings were awarded for going undefeated. Traditional horse and wagons from the early parades, the lawnmower drill squad, and the grand marshal of the parade, normally a former player.
Look at this. Turn around the camera.
Adam, what are you doing?
We called each other this morning, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
There we go.
did.
Hey, how about this? Well, we're going to keep.
The parade is even broadcasted by the local news channel. But the most popular part is the Findlay Market Float, with Dave Hawkins singing his Reds opening day parade song.
Everybody stand up, shout, "Go Reds! Go Reds! Go Reds! Go Reds! It's opening day. Go Reds! It's opening.
After the parade, some fans continue to party, and fans going to the game start to make their way to the ballpark. The pregame ceremonies start at 3:30 and wrap up with the player introductions, which always gets a roar from the fans.
Batting second at second base, number 4, Brandon Phillips. Batting third and playing first base, number 19, Joey Votto. Batting fourth in right field, number 32, Jay Bruce.
After that, they take a moment of remembrance for the players who have passed away in the last year.
I wasn't dying for me, I was dying for you. I was in for you. I was trying to score runs for you. Because I till this day, and I really believe this, baseball, capital of the world, is the Queen City.
Followed by the national anthem and a flyover. Pre-game ceremonies are then wrapped up with the ceremonial first pitch, then the honorary captains of the game.
First pitch, Eric Davis waiting for it. ED had to almost go to the alley before he did a redo. Didn't get it though, Chris.
That's one of the worst opening pitches I've ever seen, man. Bring me back the days of John Browdy.
Eric Davis says, give me that baseball. Give me that baseball. Well, our own John Browdy is off.
After that, the players take the field, and the new baseball season is underway in Cincinnati.
Anthony, strike three.
After the game, the party continues throughout the city. The Banks is crowded for the rest of the night, and restaurants around the city fill up. The home of baseball and the oldest team in professional sports has one of the biggest traditions in all of sports, so much that people consider it a holiday. Opening day is a unique experience, and if you are a baseball fan, it is something you need to add to your bucket list.
Let's talk about love. Is it anything and everything you offer? I do feel it.
Bring a sword, bring a morgue, but you can't bring the truth to me. You ain't all your expectations. I don't even want your congratulations. I recognize your false confidence and calculated promises, all in your conversation. I hate people that feel entitled. Look at me crazy cause I ain't invite you. Oh, you important, you the moral to the story. You endorsing, I don't even like you. Corrupt a man's heart with a gift. That's how you find out who you dealing with. A smart percentage you I'm building with. I want the credit if I'm losing or I'm winning. On my mama, that's the really.
Let's talk about love. Is it anything and everything you offer? I do feel it on you. I know the feeling on you.
Maybe
and that's on What a War.